Hello, welcome to this update for Australia and also parts of Southeast Asia along the tropics. So let's see here first in Australia what's happening because we have Cyclone 5 there just north of the Northern Territory in between Indonesia and Australia. And this cyclone is still like a tropical storm strength, but it formed, got classified yesterday, and it's already kind of trying to intensify. You can see it on satellite here. It has some very high cold cloud tops, especially in the center, and it's heading further south towards the Northern Territory and eventually might bring some rain to northwestern Australia as well, but especially the Northern Territory, and this might affect Darwin as well. You are right in the middle of the path of the cone in the path of this, so please be aware if you are there in Darwin and the areas nearby. So some models like the GFS just take this south into the Northern Territory, but as some other models just take it like further west. So this is actually the GFS. It goes west, kind of not making landfall, but very close to the coast, the average members. But there's the Canadian, that's a completely different idea that just goes down to the Northern Territory. So I trust more the European and the GFS, but the scenario in the Canadian, you never know, we might be right. So here there's the European, it shows it lingers a little bit there, just north of Australia, throughout Wednesday, Thursday, and by Thursday it starts bringing some torrential rain to parts of the Northern Territory along the coast, especially Friday, and it might affect Darwin, especially Friday the 21st into Saturday. So shows the worst rain around Darwin throughout Saturday, and then this goes and it might go over water again Sunday the 23rd, and then might end up going towards northwestern Australia by next Monday the 24th. So this is just one scenario, but if this happened, it will bring some torrential rain to parts of northern Australia. The European model currently has 300 millimeters in Darwin, nearly close to 400, 381, and just south like 500 on the European. So this would cause some catastrophic flooding in those areas, especially across Darwin and those other towns further south, and even further north, like this island here, just north of the mainland, 300 meters, more spots close to 400 further south. So please take this seriously, especially if you are there across Darwin and spots in the Northern Territory. Prepare for flooding and please be careful. But the GFS keeps this mainly over water. It does have 188, 186 meters there in Darwin as well, and 186 is less than 200, but it would still cause flooding. So please be careful, especially along these islands, areas north of the mainland. And the icon is completely different. It goes further south than the GFS. So the European is right in between. The GFS is north and the icon is south. It shows like 400 meters in some towns there, just south of Darwin, and it kind of avoids Darwin a little bit. But it does show some islands there nearly to 600 millimeters, close to 700 over water, even 800 on the icon. This model can exaggerate, so don't get too scared, but it does show a very dangerous scenario towards Northern Australia, especially the Northern Territory. This could cause some catastrophic flash flooding, especially in those drier landscapes that just came off the dry season. So please be careful. The axis is like the European, it's kind of in between, shows some 360 millimeters in Darwin, even more, and this would cause some very dangerous flooding, shows in the northernmost coast close to 500, and then it dives down further towards northwestern Australia. If I put it until the 26th, it does end up going towards northwestern Australia, and then the axis just goes crazy. It goes all the way to 900 millimeters, the axis. So that's still far out. We can't know so much, but The European long range does show some 300 meters into Western Australia further south. So just keep watching this. But the main hazard with this is flooding, especially highly dangerous flash flooding in those areas. So please stay safe in those areas. Take this seriously. So let's see if there's the Canadian model to show here as well, like across Australia. So it does show kind of different. It goes and goes directly south into the Northern Territory, but it kind of the Canadians kind of like the icon. It shows a similar path to the icon there. And then it keeps the remnants there, brings some more storms through Northern Australia. So please stay safe in those areas, warn others. And here there's the European, you can see a similar thing. It's kind of off the map there, but it lingers a lot and eventually goes into northwestern Australia. So this is interesting. It's the ensemble, so the European, and all of the members bring it right into the Northern Territory there, this system. But in the long range, like 240 hours, it does show the future remnants might go deeper into Australia, bringing a few scattered thunderstorms. The remnants later on. The GFS does show like the GFS takes this further west there. It might dissipate near northwestern Australia, the GFS. So still watching, but please be careful of the flooding those areas. This might cause some catastrophic flooding, damaging winds as well. Especially now, it's over water, gaining some strength. It show like 70 to 100 km per hour gusts there between Australia and Indonesia. But then it goes, it lingers a little bit. It might weaken a little bit before landfall, but right by the coast, these areas here should get some 89 to 100 km per gust. These areas in extreme northern territory. So the icon is way stronger. It has like 141 km per gust, and this is possible too. If this intensifies more, it could reach that strength like 135 km per gust on the icon. And don't even look at the GFS. So the axis shows a wider system, like a bigger wind field, but then it does reach Darwin close to 100 km per gust by Saturday on the axis. So this is a possibility to like 113 km per gust just north of Darwin. So if this happens, you could have extreme flooding and damaging winds at the same time. So, and as this goes further down the coast, the axis does have some strong winds going towards northwestern Australia. The axis takes this as a direct hit into northern Western Australia, but the European keeps it over water a little bit longer than dissipates. So please monitor the updates if you are in those areas. Be careful some big waves or moderate storm surge, and especially flooding. This flooding might be very dangerous. Now for other areas of Australia, still a few cold fronts in the south with a storm or two and some rain. Southernmost areas in New South Wales show some 39 to 50 millimeters, as far to 20 like to 37 millimeters. So just be aware, a few fronts in Tasmania, the same thing. So be aware. New Zealand shows like spots to 99 millimeters, 98 in the extreme south, a few fronts and some rain in the North Island next 5 days as well. So right now as I speak, the model does have rain over much of the North Island. There's this small front going from New South Wales to New Zealand Thursday, and then it goes some heavy rain in the south until Friday, and then shows Friday, Saturday, it calms down, but there's this extratropical cyclone that might form the Tasman Sea next Sunday, and maybe next week head towards New Zealand. So after the 24th is already showing some more rain in the North Island as well. So better watch this time period because on November 26th shows some more widespread storms maybe across Queensland, New South Wales. So still watching, but better just watch the last week of this month across most of Australia and New Zealand. So be careful. And this Saturday, a storm or two in the south there, South Australia, and be aware. Shows also like Oceania, some scared showers and storms, especially like Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, Solomon Islands, some scared thunderstorms in that tropical style, tropical showers and storms passing by, especially in Papua New Guinea, some heavier totals. Be careful along Samoa, Fiji, already picking up some 70, more than 70 millimeters in Samoa. American Samoa close to 100 in the easternmost areas there. So be careful, shows in Vanuatu, possible showers and storms next 5 days. And especially into French Polynesia there, spots to like 126 millimeters, spots near Papeete, even 128. The European, the GFS, just 95. The icon just 32, but it varies a lot depending on the models. But along the Cook Islands and most of French Polynesia, be careful, some small instances of flash flooding and some stronger showers and storms, not all the way to Adamstown. So be careful those areas because there's this huge reach of high pressure there in the South Pacific and it's driving the storms around it this way. So be careful and stay safe. Just checking Southeast Asia. We'll make another video for Northern Asia, the winter stuff, don't worry. But I just need to talk about this flooding now and this flood danger. So it does show next 5 days until November 23rd in southern Thailand, more than 100 to 200 meters near the coast, off the coast even 300. So please be careful, some flooding, some heavy rain across southern Thailand. The GFS is even to like 500. That's kind of exaggeration, but it's possible. The icon is 200, so be careful. The northwestern coast of Sumatra, some heavy rain entering the Bay of Bengal, more than 200. The Nicobar Islands, Andaman Islands as well. And southern India, especially southeastern portions, some heavy rain, and Sri Lanka. So be careful. And a few passing showers in the Maldives and Seabreeze village, as usual. Nothing too crazy, but just be careful. Shows there in Vietnam, you had tons of flooding and cyclones this year, and more is coming. So show like 300 meters to 400. The European still has more than 450 meters in Vietnam. The GFS just 200, but uh, either way, there will be a lot of heavy rain central to southern Vietnam next 5 days, and this could cause more flooding. So please be careful. There's already some heavy storms there now. Wednesday, Thursday, this just continues. Southern Vietnam. So please be careful. More flooding there. Also, northern Luzon in the Philippines, more than 200 millimeters. So locally, with very heavy showers and storms. Be careful, some flooding there too, and some showers and storms in the Philippines. So stay safe. Long range does pick up southern India, some possible cyclones and very heavy rain. And especially northern Sumatra shows like over the ocean, more than 400. So the last week of this month, it might pick up a lot around the Bay of Bengal, Sri Lanka, and all of these areas. So please keep watching these areas towards the end of this month. So be careful, and as this happens, we'll make more videos later throughout this month, especially for some tropical cyclone probabilities in the Bay of Bengal later on. But it's still kind of a week out, so be aware. Shows in Malaysia, Indonesia, some tropical showers and storms, heavier in a few areas, including like Java. So be careful, and Micronesia, Guam, like spots in Kiribati, some passing showers and storms. So just be careful. Kiribati is actually kind of quiet, but the Marshall Islands and other areas, some heavier showers. So be careful and stay safe, especially there in Australia.